Welcome to the Riverside Speedway and Adventure Park in Northumberland, New Hampshire for Round 5 of the HARC Can-Am Series USA Tour. This tough little quarter mile is a technical track above anything else, and drivers will have a very tough time ahead of them if they'd like to be on top after 200 laps. Your pole sitter today is rookie Josh King from Nebraska. Josh King in the number 56 Jags Oldsmobile Cutlass. The Nebraskan has had an interesting season. He's shown a lot of speed, especially at Michigan. He hasn't had the luck of results. Another luckless driver, Dan Boyle's on his outside. Gibson, Monaco, and Baranowskis, your top 5 as they take the green for 200 action-packed laps here at Riverside. As Boyles gets the advantage off of 2, but King tries to fight back. And to the line, I don't even know who led that lap. I think it was a 52. And King's still trying to fight back. James Gibson thinking about forcing it to the inside, thinks better of it, thankfully. And coming to finish lap 2, 52 led that lap, as that's Audra Baranowskis working her way up into 4th place. We haven't seen her anywhere this season except for the fence and the garage. There's Steve McDougall in the number 83. He's the points leader right now. He's running about mid-pack right behind Brandon Krasta. And Caden Morgan trying to work his way up. Morgan's the homeboy. He comes from Maine. And Mitchell Carter gets a little squirrely off the court. As stated, McDougall's the points leader. He needs a good day if he's going to hang on to what's about a 13-ish point advantage over Nathan Ormond. And Alex Allen, who's dead last in points, trying to force his way up the inside right behind Carter, the 2 orange cars on the inside. McDougall's going to have to do a little better if he's going to hang on to the top spot. Samet Ozkan's season hasn't been horrible, but it's been very anonymous. But he's trying to make a name for himself as he tries to get by the 52 car on the inside. We're not even at lap 10 yet, by the way. 91 car makes it stick. The Regina Builder Chrysler, I think that is. I'm not quite sure why he's running in the American Series when he's sponsored by Regina Builder. But hey, I don't make the rules here. Xander Rowe gets forced into the grass and ends up in a 3-wide battle. That's not going to work. And Zeta Davidson pays the price at it. And that causes our first caution. Oh, it is on the backstretch. Got several cars off. Lap 14's a little early for a big pileup. You got the chopper cam for this one. Do they still use helicopter for these? In any case, Zeta Davidson just kind of runs out of room there. As McDougall's off, 33, 7, 14. Several cars off in the turn 3 wall. On board Steve McDougall. He gets loose trying to avoid the 09 car. Swerves into 49 and off he goes. And there's everyone piling in. That's the 01 of Carlin Dumian, the last car involved. That was quite the shot for, I think that was Aiden Shepard. We're gonna have to take a look at that. Got a camera on top of one of the light poles as the 7 sweeps up into the 33. Not really sure what Carlin Dumian was doing, but I guess he just freaked out, and that puts Aiden Shepard hard into the wall and out of the race. Tough luck for Shepard, but hey, hopefully while they get that car repaired, they can fix up that paint scheme. The field takes the restart, coming to lap 20. Ozkan, Nathan Ormond took second. Eric Cardona's running third, followed by Dan Boyles, Trey Wright, Josh King, and Audra Baranowskis, your top 7. We got 30 cars left in the race. Shepard had to retire, and apparently that hit with the turn 2 wall knocked something loose in the trailing arm of the number 9, so that'll send Zeta Davidson, the Australian, to the garage. So hard luck for him as Ozkan takes a good lead. Wright forces his way up the inside of the 23, and Audra tries to make it 3 wide, makes it 3 wide. Oh my goodness, Audra is not taking prisoners. Here is that 3-wide battle between Baranowskis, Wright, and Cardona. And Cardona looks like he's going to back out of it. I didn't see that coming out of the Rayford Rocket. And off goes the 56 of Josh King. That summarizes his season. The pole sitter is playing in the grass in turn 4. And that'll be your second caution. Here's what happened. Mitchell Carter forces it low on 56. Prudence Littlejohn forces it lower, and there's just no room to move. King spins off and into the wall. There's some back-end damage, but he's going to continue. Ozkan gets another good jump on the restart. He's really getting those restarts down. Nathan Ormond, Audra Baranowskis round out the top 3. as the field tries to get a green flag run in. Hopefully they can. Wright, Cardona, Boyles, top 6 hasn't really changed too much. Then again, we're barely an eighth of the way in. It would only take a couple of laps for Andre Baranowskis to catch up to Samet Ozkan, as Baranowskis goes side by side with number 91, and the Delta Airlines Camaro pulls to the lead and will take lap 31, I believe. Both the 1 and the 91 are winless, and if either of them won today, then it would be 5 for 5 for first-time winners in the HARC USA Tour, which is a statistical anomaly, if nothing else. That would truly be impressive. Here's Cynthia Van Klompenberg, running about 24th, the surprise Michigan winner, going alongside Derek Hamill, Glencoe Giant. Hamill surges ahead and goes alongside with DJ Curtis. And right behind her, we've got a hectic battle going on for, that's not even for position. 3 wide goes the number 12 of Shelley, 7 Bolden, who's 2 laps out. Off by 1 is the 83 of McDougal. McDougal through the grass doing some agricultural racing. Perhaps he got his start in lawnmower racing. I mean, he was from Arkansas. I wouldn't rule anything out. In any case, Van Kloppenberg kind of showed up as a nobody when she made it to the track at Beach Ridge, and she's already become one of the more popular faces in the garage, both among her fellow drivers and the fans. In fact, her fellow drivers have a nickname for her, the Klomp. Going on board, Xander Rowe in the 36. He's apparently still a little sore from his huge crash at Michigan, as Dan Boyles has plummeted through the field. I think he just got stuck on the outside, though. No mechanical failures or anything. Rowe started last. He's another one of those drivers who's shown speed but no luck. He's running mid-pack, I believe, about 13th right now, as you can just see how racy everyone is up front. New York's Eric Monaco in the Halamar Camaro currently holds the fastest lap, 13.401. These guys are zooming around this circuit. Tries to get by the number 3 of Nathan Ormond. Sets his sights on the 91. He gets by Ormond. I'm not sure about the 91. It's got to happen, as, whoa, what happened to the 8 car? It just kind of swerved all over the place. That's Nathan Hudson. And Prudence Littlejohn uses the open lane and will try and take 4th. Here's the Californian, Brandon Crasta, overtaking the number 52 of Dan Boyles for about 15th. There was an event sometime around when they took the track at Jennerstown. No one's given me a straight answer as to what happened, but the outcome's clear. Crasta and Tyler Tabor have both stopped funding the number 23 of Eric Cardona. So Cardona's going to be running the rest of the season out of his own pocket, as number 09 tries to get by 2 cars at once. That's Dent Gertis and Chris Dodd. That kind of falls apart, but still has a chance on Dent Gertis, as Crasta is running okay in the midfield. Seems we missed a lead change. Eric Monaco got a huge run on the inside of Andre Baranowskis, and coming to a finish lap 51, begin lap 52, takes the lead and looks like he'll secure it on the backstretch. I'm not sure whose idea it was to put a camera on top of the snack bar, but kudos to them, as this is a great camera angle of turn 1. As we take a look at a full field flyby, taking up the last spot on track, at least, is the 01. Trey Wright has had an interesting season. The Neshannock Station, New Jersey native is still going for his first win. He's come pretty close. He's had some fast cars and some decent runs, but hasn't been able to put it together quite yet. And makes a move on the 1X of Eric Monaco, and the 2 Northeasterners do battle as they come up on the lap car of Carlin Dumian. Chris Dodd has had an interesting season, and by interesting I mean kind of disastrous. After all, his crash did end the race at Batesville, and he hasn't done much else of note. That race was a farce anyway. As the winner of that farce, Nathan Ormond has turned Carlin Dumian, the lap car, off the track and out of the race. That'll bring out your 3rd caution after a pretty long green flag run. Officials have told Nathan Ormond to take it easy. Here's what happened to Endumian as he gets turned off and into the tires. I don't think that did too much damage, so I'm not quite sure what happened to his car. Oh, that's what happened. That works. Trey Wright leads the Boy Scouts of America Mustang to the green to take the restart. Baranowskis, Monaco, Dodd pushes up the track, and Nathan Ormond trying to make it a 2-for-1 deal with Eric Monaco. Don't think that's gonna happen. No, it will, as he pulls alongside and will seemingly make it stick. Alex Allen is having a great run. Again, he's last in points. He restarted 7th. He's now running 4th as Nathan Ormond completes a pit maneuver on Trey Wright, who was running 2nd. I guess I could justify taking out the lap car, but that's uncalled for, and officials are not too pleased, it seems. Here's on board Nathan Ormond, as either he just dumps the 38 or swept up the track, and that's the 2nd time in a row that Ormond has sent a car off from turn 1. Officials are taking a look at that. They're gonna black flag Nathan Ormond, it looks like. It's rare to see a move like that made before the race is over. And what is going on here? On board Trey Wright. Again, I don't know if I could really justify the black flag, because you can't take something like that away. You can always reverse something like a grid or a time penalty after the race, but you can't do anything if you call the driver into the pits. As Wright, not happy about that, he rams into the back of Josh King. That just makes things 10 times worse, both for King, who's got damage, and for Wright, who's completely destroyed his radiator. He's going to have to drop out of the race. Taking a look at one more shot of that, as Ormond, that's iffy. I don't know if that was intentional, but officials aren't going to back down. They are calling him into the pits when the field takes the restart. Another look at what happened with Wright under caution. I think he just let his temper get the better of him, and wasn't paying any attention. Officials are going to talk to him after this one, but I don't know if they're going to do anything, because, as stated, this will take him out. The field takes the restart on lap 93, and Nathan Ormond will have to pull off the track. There he goes, into the pits. He's going to have to do a stop-and-go penalty. I still don't know about that was such a hot idea, but in any case, Ormond, he's going to lose a few laps due to this. Caden Morgan is doing his best to please the home crowd, as they almost tried to pull wide. Brandon Crest got a good run of speed off of there. If he had gone with the car, because that car was out of control, then it would have definitely been a 4-wide situation, and almost certainly a big crash. And 3 wide between him, Hamill, and the 09, as Dan Boyles tries to press his luck on the inside of car 0. The 04 surges ahead, and Boyles looks for a lane to make it 3 wide once again. This is some of the most hectic racing I've ever seen at a short track. This is a quarter mile, but they're running this thing like it's flat out. The race is just past the halfway point. Taking a look at the 32H of Jack Hallett, the jokester from Australia. The Dollar Tree Camry going alongside with Bobby Jones from California. Right behind is Chris Dodd from Costa Rica in the 88A, and the base 88, running 8th funnily enough, of Mitchell Carter from Louisiana. The 32H of Hallett, he's known as a jokester in the garage. He loves pulling little pranks and making everyone laugh and having a little fun. Eric Cardona, as mentioned, is going to be running the rest of the season, funding this car out of his own pocket. Apparently before the race, he got mistaken for being a skateboarding legend by a few people in the infield. I don't know any more details about what may have happened, but that sounds hilarious. Cardona has had a poor season. His best finish, I believe, is 11th at Blackhawk Farms. And that was a show of endurance, if anything else. So it seems he may be putting all the money he has left into right now. I don't know if that's such a good idea. The fight continues for second place. I know we haven't been shown too much of it, but it's been wild. As first and second at Jennerstown last race, Bobby Jones and Chris Dodd are duking it out. Both of them started at the back at Jennerstown. They worked their way up through what was a very clean event, and they are trying to get by Audra Baranowskis as the 88A makes the move on the inside of the number 1, and I think may make it work out. No, not quite yet, but he has the preferred line on the inside of the Lithuanian open wheel expert, who's given stock cars a shot this year, and they may have collided there, but I believe it's going to go to Chris Dodd, who has 1 win, I believe, in his HARC career, possibly 2, dating back to 2016. Here's what the flagman currently sees. The 88A and the 1 are, I think that's a dead heat at the line. They're going to give it to Dodd. That's actually Dodd's first lap led of the race. He was nipped at his previous attempts, but they're giving that one to him, and he'll take the lap again. Just some of the most hectic racing I've ever seen, let alone at a quarter mile. These guys are putting on a show. Dan Boyle spent a little time in the midfield. He's working his way back up. He now runs, he's going for 3rd on Bobby Jones as Audra Baranowskis takes the lead back. We've got 2, almost 3 wide behind them. And pushing up the track, we do have 3 wide. That's Halleck. Halleck drops out of it, and 88 is now in the middle of the 3 wide, at the outside of a 3 wide, with the 39 of Andreas Allen and the 0 of Tyden Gertis. And then Gertis gets a spot from Allen. That was a ballsy maneuver. You know, I'm really wondering if this is truly a quarter mile, or if it's actually a super speedway, because they're shuffling like it is a big track. Eric Monaco, Alexander Rowe, Curtis Littlejohn, and Eric Cardona are all back here, battling for about 15th to 20th. They were up front about 30 laps ago. Josh Kings has found his rhythm, and he's trying to get back to the front of the field. Great run by King, trying to turn his season around. But literally 2 laps later, Josh King decides to abide by the other definition of getting turned around. He runs off course in turn 3 and 4, gets into the wall, keeps it barely off the tires. There's Derek Hamill, and the 2 spin out on the front stretch. That's going to be caution 5, about 70 laps to go. On board Mitchell Carter in the 88 Orange Velocity Camaro. King, I think, just a little too aggressive. The 2 collide in turn 2, and no harm, no foul for the 88, though he will lose a spot to Caden Morgan. Seeing the 56 swerve right in front of the 34 probably made Nathan Hudson drop a log in his pants, but then he makes a big mistake. He over-accelerates trying to get by the 2 spinners, and he puts it in the tire wall in turn 1, and that's going to be the 8 car's denouement. The Mobile Suit Gundam Ford Mustang is out of the race. Tough luck for the Brit. It's an international top 3 on the restart with Lithuania's Audra Baranowskis, Samet Ozkan from Sweden, and Chris Dodd, originally from Puerto Rico, though he now lives in Costa Rica, duking it out for the top 3 spots. Baranowskis, I have not seen this sort of pace out of her at all this season. Perhaps it's the tight turns and the frequent hardovers that she really likes, since we got 2 cars off in turn 2. That's going to be our 6th caution, coming to start lap 140, I believe, and I think Ozkan got her there. Here's why we're under caution. Jack Halleck gets a little swirly off turn 4. Caden Morgan decides it's a good time to make a move. Unfortunately, it's not. And Morgan and DJ Curtis spin off of turn 2 and into the pit lane. Well, that's going to be our 6th yellow. That's going to set the pair of them back. On the lap 145 restart, Chris Dodd reports a problem with his steering column. Heartbreak for Chris Dodd as he pulls into the pits. And I see the pit sign for the 78 of Prudence Littlejohn going down. Does she have an issue too? Indeed she does. Prudence Littlejohn pulls off out of 12th, reporting an issue with the car's underside as Caden Morgan pulls in for some damage repair. It turns out the trailing arm broke, and that car is not going to see the track again. Prudence Littlejohn is done. As Dodd pulls out of the pits and tries to make the hard port side turn towards the track, he gets in the wall into Eric Cardona, and we've got a pile up on the front stretch. Where's the caution flag? We've got 12, 13 cars under a blanket, all 33 at 4 wide, and there's no yellow. Taking a look from the chopper, Chris Dodd sees his opportunity, but it closes up because of third 2H's presence. So clearly whatever was wrong wasn't the nut holding the steering wheel. And how is that not a caution? 12 cars all under a blanket, and they're just jostling 3 and 4 wide. Caden Morgan joins the track up ahead, and Brandon Krasta, great save by James Shelley, but we do have a car off behind, and Shelley spins, and oh my goodness. Let's take it slow here. Dodd tries to get back onto the track. He sees that the 32H is there and aborts his attempt. Unfortunately, that's the only attempt he's going to get. There's not another chance to pull back on. Gets into Cardona, collects Shrimp Angritz, sends all 3 of them around. Josh Cooley spins. Brandon Krasta gets some damage. I'm not sure where I think the damage on the 12 car came from earlier. The field has gathered themselves back up. Josh King says, screw this, and goes low. Smart move. As Kresta and Cardona almost collide there. And that would have been interesting. As off goes the number 59 of Shrimp Angritz, putting the DeLorean at the tire wall and out of the race. Cynthia Van Klompenberg is also off, so is Josh Cooley and the 12 of James Shelley. Taking another look at that as we see Derek Campbell doing a little agricultural racing. I actually have to wonder if Josh King's move did more harm than good. Of course, you don't normally see huge pileups like that not result in a yellow flag. So, and I think he made a good faith effort to try and alleviate things, but unfortunately it didn't work out. As what is Van Kloppenberg doing? Is that a new technique they teach you at Fast Track? Well, in any case, she's going to continue. Same can't be said for the 59. Here's Sikuli. I thought Shelley had saved the car. He almost did, but unfortunately it just ran out of room. And cars 2 and 12 still playing the same. Taking one last look at it, HARC officials have called both their scorer and the flagman to the hauler. That's something I've never seen. But I guess it's required for something this drastic and this stupid. I mean, it's your job. Come on, guys. For all that. Smeta Otzcon leads the field to the green as Baranowskis and Jones round up the top 3. Someone's pulling off track. That was Dan Boyles, who was running an 8th. He had a tire going down, so tough break for him. He's going to lose a couple laps getting that change. We got about 40 laps to go as the 91 and the 1 do battle on the backstretch and into turn 3. Running third is Jack Halleck. Off the lap is the number 52 car, unfortunately. He's still very quick, though. And running fourth is Bobby Jones. Jones, of course, won at Jennerstown in quite the performance, working his way up from the back of the field. As Baranowskis goes for the lead, possibly led that lap. There's been way too many ties, to be honest. And going back around again, and it's going to be, I think, yeah, Baranowskis got that one. Hard luck for the local as Caden Morgan currently runs 25th, as Chris Dodd pushes up in front of Brandon Krasta and sets off a bit of a jam up in turn 1. That's going to be caution 8. Well, at least the flagman was paying attention this time. They were 3 wide with the lap car and just ran out of room there. As Nathan Orman gets some damage, Ryan Bolden piles into the 88A. That is going to take Ryan Bolden and Chris Dodd out of the race. Right on the restart, Krasta gets in the back of Josh Shapuli. Shapuli sweeps up into James Shelley. Second time they've collided today. And the number 2 Copart Chrysler goes to play in the grass. Ultra Baranowskis leads the field to the restart. We got 23 laps to go. Numbers 91, 32H, and 49 round out the top 4. Dan Boyles stated as a lap down. Number 36, Xander Rowe, running 5th. Fantastic run by Rowe, trying to turn his season around. And Baranowskis starts to pull away a little bit. Dive bomb by number 49, trying to get third. There, he's going to get it at the line. Derek Hamill really can't stay out of that grass in turn 1. Gets into the number 12 car of Shelley. Good save. Hamill currently runs 13th, despite all he's been through. Brandon Krasta is 14th, last car in the lead lap. First car 1 lap down is Nathan Ormond. running 15th. He's right alongside the 34. By enduring this race's attrition, Josh King, despite that smashed up back end being involved in about 3 accidents, is running an 8th. Fantastic effort by the Nebraskan to get back up to the front. It's clear he has a great car and probably would have the car to beat if he hadn't gotten involved in so much garbage. Bobby Jones has made his run stick on the 91 of Smed Ozcon as Alex Allen charges his way up past Jack Hallett for 4th. Jones sets his sights on the leader, trying to make it 2 in a row. And up the track goes the 1 car. I wonder if the steering's starting to slip on Baranowskis. The Delta Camaro has been up front for almost 100 laps today. Probably about 85 to 90, as we've only got about 15 laps to go. Alex Allen is a man on a mission. He is tired of all the trash he's been given this season. The practice crash at Batesville and pure mediocrity elsewhere. He is just done with it as he tries to get by the number 49 of Bobby Jones. He's already gotten by the 91 of Smed Ozcon. He makes it stick on Jones. Jones fights back with a good run, but he's gonna have to concede the position, it looks like, as Allen sets his sights on the leader. What a story this could be if last place in points brought home a win. On board, Alex Allen, as he tries to surge ahead of the leader. He was running about 4th, 5th place just 2 laps ago, and here he goes for the lead. Less than 10 laps to go, and I don't think it's going to be a favorable battle for Baranowskis, but Baranowskis got a great run off of 4 and tries to clear the Cookout Lumina, and does so for now. We got some dust kicked up by something. Take a quick look at that. The dust was from Steve McDougall rejoining the track after hitting the pit lane. Blown tire on the number 83. McDougall has not had a good day, and this is going to set him back a couple of positions. The only bright side to it is he is still running. Only 23 cars still going, so he's not going to do terribly in the points, but it's not going to be a great day. Coming to take 5 to go, Audra Baranowskis from the Lithuanian capital, and Alex Allen from the middle of nowhere, small town Virginia. These two have really put on one heck of a dogfight. Coming to the line, take 4 to go. This would be the first win for both drivers. Bobby Jones has 1 win. He runs 3rd, but I think he's out of it as Mitchell Carter sets his sights on 4th. And to the line, Audra takes it again. Got 3 laps to go now. The leaders wrap up lap 198, and that's a dead heat at the line according to timing and scoring. They're going to give the lap to both drivers, so bonus point for Alex Allen is going to help out his run of getting out of the ass end of points. White flag, 1 lap to go, as Baranowskis gets a great run off of turn 4. Allen has 1 more chance, almost puts the bumper to her. Allen tries it on the inside, but I don't think that's going to happen. Audra Baranowskis will bring home her first HARC Can-Am Series victory. Here's the last lap on board Alex Allen. Allen got 1 last run going into turn 1, almost turns around the 1 car, but decides to back off and not spin her out. Very good show of sportsmanship by Allen. I know he might be a little frustrated. Okay, yeah, maybe he is frustrated. Even so, very good show. Taking a look at your race results, after Baranowskis and Alex Allen are Bobby Jones. Jones, after that win at Jennerstown, this will really help him out in the points standings. He's going for the title. Mitchell Carter brings home 4th. Good run by Carter. Those have been a little hard to come by this season. 5th goes to Smed Ozcon, who was battling back and forth for most of the race with Audra. 6th, Jack Halleck. Good run by Halleck. 7th, Alexander Rowe. Fantastic run after a trash season for Rowe. Tight end Gertis brings home 8th, and Eric Cardona is 9th. 10th place goes to Josh King, your pole sitter, who also desperately needed a great run. 23 cars finished this race, 14 of them on the lead lap. Steve McDougall finished in 23rd today, 5 laps down, last car running, so he didn't have a good points day. Bobby Jones, with that 3rd place, vaults to the points lead by 2 over McDougall. He leads Samet Oskan by 4, by 8 over Nathan Ormond, and by 18 over Eric Monaco. I do not expect a points penalty or anything for Ormond, who finished 15th, first car lap down, because officials did get a little bit of flack for doing something before the race was over. After all, they are the officials, they can do as they please, but such a move is not typical of HARC's management. Audra Baranowskis, who is admittedly having a little bit better of a point season than I had first thought, now runs 10th in points with that win. Unfortunately for Alex Allen, he's still at the back end of points. He's not last anymore, at least. He runs 29th. Josh King brings up the rear with 56. There's still a lot of time left in the season. There's 4 races to go, and New York's Watkins Glen may prove to be the big equalizer that drivers need to get themselves back in the points hunt. And with that, I sign off for the final time here on the HARC Can-Am Series USA Tour. I'm going to be handing off the reins to Mitchell Carter for the rest of the season. Carter is a very, very good contributor. He's a loyal contributor to HARC. He's a very talented painter, talented commentator, talented editor, talented everything. So I think he's going to be a worthy replacement. In fact, I think he's about 10 times better than me. I do wish I could have finished the season for you guys, but it's taken me down a different path, and I do want to thank you all for sticking with me through what's been a troubling time. With that said, I hope you guys enjoyed my contribution to the Hamilton Area Racing Cup's Can-Am Series USA Tour, and here's to a great rest of the season.